Asylum Justin Melamar for Revolution News here at Toronto. Well, folks, here I am today standing outside the building of the Toronto Catholic District School Board. And you might be asking, what is really going on here today at this particular school board? Well, let me just fill you in here, folks. So, today, there's a motion that will be debated around 7 o'clock. It is regarding about pro-life motion that has been introduced by TCDSB trustee Michael Del Grande. So what this motion contains is, well, folks, this motion contains of flying the international pro-life flag every year throughout the entire month of May to actually coincide with the March for Life. And on the top of it here, folks, is that yes, this also includes that a curriculum of studying pro-life in all Catholic district school board schools. And well, of course here, folks, is that yes, one thing here for sure is that, well, as I was speaking, you may see here from behind me that there is a people praying outside the building. This is all related to the motion that has been put forward by TCDSB trustee Michael Del Grande. So, well, of course, here, folks, here's the thing here. We're gonna be actually trying the ultimate best that we actually do here at Revolution News, which is actually bringing you and telling you the truth of the story. And actually, well, here's the thing here, folks. We're gonna be trying to get inside and capture this historic moment that will be taking place tonight.
Our rules say that by 12 o'clock noon on Friday is the deadline. I've had phone calls from people who met that criteria and were told that they could not delegate.
That's me.
Now we're introducing that you can delegate, and it's not fair to those people who follow the rules and were told they can't delegate. It's not fair.
Trustee Del Grande, if someone had applied by the 2 business days before the meeting, which was Friday noon, and delivered their text, their application and their text by Friday noon, we would have received them on the delegations list.
Well,
So I can only state that we have processed and ruled on all delegates who met the criteria and the deadline.
so now you're looking to change the rules with respect to 12 o'clock deadline
No,
on Thursday.
no, we're not.
Well, that's what this motion is
No,
basically saying.
Trustee Rizzo is moving that all who qualified be allowed to verbally delegate this evening.
You're talking about the 8 that qualify.
You're picking and choosing who qualifies, though, that's the problem. Because I submitted mine, it said successful.
Speaking from the assembly.
I'm just, sorry, I have to speak
I
up.
would not support that,
It's
because
obvious.
again,
They pick and choose who qualifies.
change the rules in order to accommodate something that doesn't need to be accommodated because the rules are there. So again, it just opens up the door and says, we're already having delegations because they didn't delegate in any committee. I get that. So we do it at board. But, as you said, the deadline is 12 o'clock on Friday. So, number one, we shouldn't have anybody that didn't submit anything by 12 o'clock on Friday delegate.
Exactly.
10B, 10C is Special Board Corporate Services, March 20th, and 10D is Regular Board, March 21st.
I'll move approval of all the minutes, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Trustee Kennedy. You are moving. The motion was moved and seconded and approved. by a majority of you.
Then as I sit down.
Thank you. Trustee Delrende, you are challenging the chair. Could you please describe what you're challenging me for?
I'm challenging you because you have not allowed the process of allowing delegations to speak to motions that we've introduced at the board. So I think it's not fair, it's not democratic, so that's what I'm challenging, that there should be an opportunity for people who wish to speak to that particular motion. If you're allowing them to speak to my motion, I follow the rules.
Madam Chair, you didn't make the ruling. Madam Chair, on the point of, like,
I am just
point of order, on a point of order, Madam Chair, the board made the decision.
Yes.
Period. End of story. You can't challenge the chair's ruling, there is no ruling.
Thank you, Trustee Rizzo, for your point of order. It is well taken, as was Trustee Kennedy's, and I believe they are and seconded by Trustee Johnson. Go ahead, Trustee Johnson. Two questions of clarification at that.
Freely. I just wanted to thank them for taking the time to speak about this issue. I just wanted to give words of Mother Teresa, if I could get your indulgence here. The greatest destroyer of peace is abortion. Yes. Because if a mother can kill her own child, what is left for me to kill you and you to kill me? There is nothing in between. Mother Teresa. We'll adopt the children.
There is only one voice.
Yes, the voice of God.
Jesus Christ is the voice of Jesus Christ. Please be quiet.
Viva Cristo Rey. Long live Christ our King.
Long live Jesus Christ.
Does any other trustee have any questions? Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Rizzo.
Yes, thank you. I know that the trustees will do the right thing.
Your conscience, not the leaders, your conscience. Your conscience. And what goes round comes round, don't forget, please.
Christ is
Would
King.
our
Madam Chair,
Don't
on
listen to
a point of information.
Don't listen to
I'm
the
wondering
leaders.
if you could share that you have the authority to remove people if they're not orderly and show respect.
Remove Christ. Remove Christ.
Thank you very much,
Remove Christ
Trustee
from the council
Rizzo.
board.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
If the background noise keeps
I didn't get
occurring,
a chance to speak, so I
we
always
will ask
throw in my speech,
security
conscience,
guards
use
to
your conscience.
remove
Not what the leaders
the
might want you to
individuals
do.
who are refusing to be quiet.
Viva Cristo Rey.
Well, I didn't get a chance to speak, so.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Madonna Cardillo, and I am here to express my support for the motion to fly the international pro-life flag every year throughout the month of May. I am a mother of 5 children. Number 5 is currently in my belly, growing and developing, taking the necessary time needed to make his or her appearance. My baby already exists in this world. He, she is a human and a person and has worth and dignity. But most importantly, is made in the image of God. As Catholics, we live in a culture that very much goes against our faith. Our children are introduced to ideologies and concepts that are confusing, false, self-destructive, and morally wrong. Finally, we have the opportunity to showcase something magnificent that truly represents our faith and our values and aligns with what God expects from us. Standing up and defending the life of unborn children in the womb is something we need to teach our children. Our children need to know that the baby in the womb, or tummy, is precious and innocent and deserves our protection. This is something that needs to be engraved in the hearts and minds of our children if we want to make a difference in the pro-life movement. Sadly, there are too many Catholics who support abortion.
Safety and taking care of their poor children at home with their husbands. So thank you for coming.
Seeing no further questions, we will take the vote. All in favor of receipt? Trustee Crawford is in favor. Trustee DiDomenico?
In favor.
Trustee D'Amico? Trustee D'Amico, are you in favor? Okay, thank you. Trustee Del Grande?
In favor.
Thank you. Trustee Kennedy?
In favor.
Student trustee Desai?
In favor.
Trustee LaPretti?
In favor.
Trustee Martino?
In favor.
Trustee Morrison?
In favor.
Trustee Rizzo?
In favor.
Trustee Penland?
In favor, Madam Chair.
And student trustee Goodluck?
In favor.
Thank you. That carries. And now trustees, thank you very much, Ms. Kendall. We do answer to Jesus
Heaven, on
Christ.
earth, and below it.
We've heard
will
you, please
bend the knee to
stop, or
Jesus
you will
Christ.
have
Dr.
to
Gloria
leave.
Paul.
You'll answer to Jesus Christ.
Struck by lightning, anybody that supports abortion or
Be quiet, please.
Life begins at
Just
conception.
read it, Dr. Gloria Polo, struck by lightning.
Trustee Kennedy, do you wish to hold or speak?
I'll speak, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
So I'm speaking against the motion, and here's the reason why. Parents expect that when they send their son or daughter to a TCDSB school, that they will receive a well-rounded education rooted in gospel values, with Christ at the center of all learning.
What a joke.
Parents do not expect a kind of indoctrination.
Give her
that
her
this
water
motion
bottle.
promotes.
Give her her water
The
bottle.
Ministry of Education provides funding to the public Catholic school board, and their expectation is that each student will achieve academically, socially, and spiritually, and will be the Ontario graduate that will be successful on the global stage. And that's what the Ontario taxpayer expects.
Wait a minute, I think she's referring to
And
chastity.
this motion, if passed, would destroy the meaning behind these expectations. And render them meaningless.
Wash your hands, Monty Bible. Wash your hands, Monty Bible.
Madam Chair, on point of order.
Does not.
Point of order, trustee Rizzo.
My point of order is that trustee Kennedy has been harassed
No.
by the audience. If they are not silent, I ask that you get security to remove them all.
Thank you, trustee Rizzo. Security is actively intervening.
Madam Chair.
Trustee Morrison?
I can't hear her. Trustee Kennedy.
Okay, we can see
Start over.
Okay.
Madam Chair. Madam Chair. Before you.
10-minute recess.
So folks, the TCDSB, the Toronto Catholic District School Board Trustees, went into a 10-minute break as there's some people in the audience that refused to be quiet and let the trustees speak, which is a very simple request from the chair. And well, of course, sir, folks, the security tried its best to actually control the situation, but things basically got out of control. So in other words here, folks, the trustees are currently on break, and it will be resuming once the 10-minute break is over. Then after that, we're gonna see if this motion will pass or not, which is to fly the international pro-life flag and to introduce a curriculum that studies pro-life values in all TCDSB schools. So we should find out what's gonna be happening after the break.
Trustee Governor? All in favor, the motion moved by Trustee Governor and seconded by Trustee Town. Trustee Crawford is opposed. Trustee DiDomenico?
Opposed.
Trustee Nico? Opposed. Trustee Garande? In favor. Trustee Kennedy? Opposed. Student Trustee Bashad? Opposed. Trustee LaCretti? Opposed. Trustee Martino?
Opposed.
Trustee Morris?
Opposed.
Trustee Rizzo? Opposed. Trustee Town? And Student Trustee Bidwell? Opposed. Everyone that the motion does not. Silence.
This isn't a Catholic board. That's not a Catholic board.
Security,
Students that actually have to sit through these lessons and have to put up with this indoctrination.
I'd rather hear the high school students speak about
I actually have to
and
sit through these lessons and attend school every day, and I have to put up with this indoctrination, this nonsense. And none of these people actually understand what it's like to have to sit through this. You all of you should be ashamed of yourselves.
Exactly, indoctrination of the trans and the homosexuality and changing your
The devil is a liar.
culture of
Devil
death.
Soji 1, 2, 3.
Indoctrination of the culture of death. That's what this shows.
Curse.
Isn't that discrimination? We need both sides in order for students to decide what's wrong with life for and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Wow. Doesn't get any worse than this.
So when was the last time you were in the public school, eh?
Oh, this is
Yeah, when's the last time you were in the classroom and you had to listen to these lessons and what they're teaching us, which is nonsense?
Jesus Christ is King of Kings. He's the
chastity
chairman.
in the school and
Jesus Christ is the
chastity.
chairman.
That's the next one.
Abomination.
Oh my God.
Abomination.
How many people voted for it?
Abomination.
Wow.
Abomination.
But we only heard, but I don't get something. We only heard like 3 speeches. And they refused mine. Oh, they refused yours too. You would have been an excellent student. I'm a student. So what?
Folks, well, we got some breaking news here. So, well, the whole audience got kicked out of the boardroom, including media, as because the audience start reacting after the trustees had voted on the motion that has been put forward by trustee Michael Del Grande. So, in other words here, folks, that the whole crowd started yelling and all that stuff, which led to this scenario here. You may see it here, folks. But, well, obviously here, folks, is that one thing for sure is that we're gonna actually try to see what could happen next. Whether, as in whether, the security will allow the whole audience, including media, to actually stay in the building or not. That's the thing that we shall see here, folks.
They pretended I submitted my request and it was submitted, yet I didn't get a chance to speak. And I'm wondering why only 2 people spoke tonight when there were 8 delegates, and mine was just refused because they don't like what I'm about to say. So anyways, so here it is. We have this. So 2 of them voted, 2 or 3 voted for this motion, and the rest against it. Even trustees that used to be pro-life and Catholic. So really what we're calling is they are not Catholic. They are not following the catechism of the Catholic Church. This is wrong. We called it murder. This abortion is murder. So isn't this like you know how I remember speaking on opening the motion regarding this goes back to 2011 April. speaking about the gay clubs. Okay, I was against it. I spoke against it because it was in the guise of anti-bullying, but it was just to open up the can of worms and normalize homosexuality. Normalize it all.
Just stick to the abortion.
Sure. Okay. Sorry, but what I'm saying see, life, and I'm sorry, the other side is not life. It's the culture of death. So
How is that?
it is because homosexuality is against the natural, and it does not bring babies. So it's the opposite of. So to have the pro-life flag would bring awareness to the children, and they would they would have if they ever get into this situation, which I hope they don't, because they're in a Catholic school.
So, what's your exact thoughts on this motion being denied by, multiple, like the whole trustees except for two that actually voted against this motion?
Sure, I say, hey, send your children to private schools, or even better still, homeschool your children. Like, it's better that they learn less math and be indoctrinated by this awful antichrist curriculum, right? It's better that they learn less math. They'll learn it anyways, right? And a parent can teach their child, even if you spend a few hours at night, every night. Even if you work during the day, you can go around it. Homeschool. That's my advice. Because this is child abuse. The indoctrination of one side, which is the culture of death, one side, and not even giving the kids the opportunity to learn the other side is so wrong. Where, and unfortunately, we have to be speaking about pro-life, and we have to be speaking about it, which really we shouldn't be. We should be going according to the catechism and teaching chastity and that there is no confusion. But because they've lumped in the homosexual agenda and everything that goes with it, because of that and changing the identity, then we have to show the other side, because that's what we're at right now. But isn't it unfortunate that we have to this is even happening? This motion is even being put forward, a flag, like it kind of seems like we're playing games, right? A gay flag and a pro-life flag, you know what I mean? So it shouldn't even be happening. But I came to support this because, let the students see the bright side, the happy side, the sinless side, the side that's going to bring them happiness and joy and love and marriage and babies and eternal life. Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
And one lastly, you said that you didn't get a chance to speak.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So, what's the reason behind for denying to actually speak and exercise your
Okay.
right to speak at this?
Exactly.
Well, folks, we have a breaking news. The results are in. The motion to fly the international pro-life flag and to introduce a curriculum that studies pro-life, including values and all that stuff, has been denied. You know it here, folks. You know what I mean? Most trustees voted against it, except for two, which includes the sponsor of this motion, Michael Del Grande, trustee of the Toronto Catholic District School Board. But you know what here, folks, is the thing here is that, well, the people expressed outrage, but you know what, they have a right to be outraged about it because this motion did not pass. But you know what here, folks, the course of the matter here is the TCDSB surely proved that they're not interested in upholding one sacred Catholic value, which is pro-life value. But one thing to also consider here, folks, is, well, I'm pretty much sure this thing will not end right here today, because the pro-life movement continues on in their desire to actually make pro-life a national thing and to initially recognize murder as abortion as murder. That's what I'm trying to point out here, folks. But you know what here, folks? One thing here for sure, let me just show you a personal detail here is that, well, TCDSB is a very special thing here for me because, you know what here, folks? From elementary till high school, I actually went to a Catholic school. So, there I met there, folks. This thing is completely outrageous, but one thing I could say is good for trustee Michael Del Grande for sponsoring this motion and for actually voting for it. For Revolution News, I'm Asylum Justin Villamor. Folks, please consider supporting this independent journalism as well. You know that Revolution News doesn't rely on Justin Trudeau to actually bring you the truth of the story, and we don't actually take any pennies from his media bailout. So please, if you can, go to dollarbox.org/Revolution Freedom Reports. That's dollarbox.org/Revolution Freedom Reports. And by the way here, folks, if you can kick in a buck or two, that will greatly appreciate it, as it will help Revolution News to actually continue bringing you the truth of this story. Thank you so much here, folks.